Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have some sand art for you today, as well as a read and the oracle cards at the end. It is December 19th, 2018 today. The 19, of course, is the sun. It's the masculine energy. It's the 9 of compassion on the inside, with the 1 of the masculine, driven, focused energy on the outside, the number of leadership on the outside. It's just 22, which is the Fool, which definitely came up in the read today. I'm going to do the sand art really quick, and then we'll get into the other stuff. There was some stuff that came up for the masculine that I didn't read the other day, not yesterday, but the day before, that I just wanted to touch on really quickly too, because there was some food poisoning that was coming up. Crazy Love came up in that read, as well as I'm Sailing Away. And Pandora's Box came up as well. But there was some food poisoning coming up around a lot of sweets, or eating fruit in like Mexico, or maybe a honeymoon sweet where then someone gets sick, from the food. But that was definitely coming up the night before yesterday. See if I can find it real quick. Here, yeah, it was coming up. This was a masculine read, not yesterday, but the evening before that. With the Crazy Love was coming up. Doctor was coming up, Incisors, Magnetic. 2 sides of the same coin, attraction, one trying to get the other's attention. First prize, cherry on top, holy grail of desserts type of love was coming up. But then matching desserts, but one at the altar with candles and slow as a turtle, trying to wake someone up, and possibly in a sauna or a hot tub, and the other discussing the gate, sharing desserts with birds in nature, talking about snails, and chocoré swirls. Sweets or desserts everywhere in a sugar coma, so somebody might be eating too much sweets in general. Also could be sick from fruit in Mexico, or sun poisoning, or just someone is so sweet that it makes you sick, like Snow White on crack, which is funny because something else on crack comes up today. Or someone setting up a honeymoon suite just so, and then they were sick. Peach pits or fire pits here as well. And then kids, some issues with kids coming up for the masculine as well. Bamboo was coming up, as well as like kids, if they're not getting their way, they're acting out with like belly button rings and stuff like that, and maybe tattoos. Permanent lip lines, eyebrows, and sales were coming up, obviously shopping. And then the masculine was like, I'm sailing away, so like they want nothing to do with all that stuff, okay? But anyway, that was just from the other day. I kind of wanted to touch base on that. For the sand art today was, the first thing is I'm getting ready to read it today, because this was from early in the morning hours today. My stomach growled, and it literally said, bah, like a sheep. So, ba ba black sheep, have you any wool was coming up. That was the first thing. Then protruding front teeth, fangs, receding gums, buck teeth and gum disease, cavities and caps were all coming up. Left side issues, so a lot of teeth stuff. And then bow window, so if it references something else besides teeth, let me know, but it definitely will for some. Bow window roofing, like the roof over a bow window, which is rounded. Wax lips came up, remember the red wax lips? Bats. There may be bats over someone's bow window causing a leak. Also a bat covering her eggs. Batman covering his bases. Worried about bad breath and scaring people away. Stovetop hood. Batman's hood or bat cave. The left butt or the left or right wing infection. So wings could definitely reference to teeth as well. From we get the wing x-rays. 3 blind mice, see how they run. Also Goldilocks and the 3 bears was coming up, 1 blonde and 3 brunettes. laser beams, and energy segments. you know, like as opposed to a gun and bullets, it was showing me like laser beams and energy segments, like a bullet, a unit. Old man's leg and a bow tie, like they were dressing an old man up in a tuxedo, like maybe for a wedding, which is kind of funny because before my dad passed, we took my parents to my niece's wedding, and I remember it was kind of reminded me of that, getting him ready in his suit. But then I was also getting tucks, you know, for your butt. Also chicken legs was coming up, no meat on it, so whether it's someone's legs or someone's turkey or chicken, you know, that had no meat on it. Also a whale family was coming up, that becoming extinct, so that can reference whales directly, or a whale family, like a very large family, becoming extinct, like the old ways. The waves break. Waves break. Oh, I was getting the ancients with that too, with the whales becoming extinct, the ancients, which comes up in the cards sometimes. The waves break. There's a crack in the ceiling, so their crack comes up again. Bottom feeders and scavengers coming up. It was like I was seeing first parted with on an angle came up, and then my first thought when I got that was like, you know, your hair parted on an angle, because I do that. But that was coming up. There was like a separation on an angle, and then small eruptions. So whether it's regarding hair or volcano eruptions, I was getting small eruptions on a right leg. So I was seeing an old man in a coma with maybe infections or eruptions in his right leg, but then I see a beam of light coming towards his head. And then I was getting Bring Him Home, and then I got the song again from Les Mis. For this, though, I was literally getting just him saying, if I die, then I die, let him live. So an old man who wants his son to live, or someone that he did wrong by, maybe not his son, but someone else. But it was the same reference as yesterday. And these were all done. Oh, wait. Also, sea life and aquarium. I was getting around this old man. Maybe there was an aquarium in his room. Maybe he's on hospice at home. And there's an aquarium in his room, but I was getting sea life there, but also drones and munchkins up the mountains. So someone could literally love munchkins, and because I'm getting up the mountains, they vanish in an instant. And then a blimp. So someone eating too many munchkins, or someone who's dying who's literally seeing visions and seeing munchkins, but also is getting a blimp. So there might have been a blimp going by. And then I was getting a stone shark, and baby whales again were coming up in the birth canal. And then I was getting canal, not just about the birth canal, but a birthing of a new canal. Like there's a canal being constructed. And I got that too, like around the Lincoln Tunnel. When I was reading that a while back, that was coming up. So I don't know if there's a new canal being built. Then I was just randomly getting ointment on a baby's butt. Oh, intestines were coming up as well, so someone might be having some intestinal issues. Ointment on a baby's butt, slinkies and ascending cups, you know, like those toys that ascend out of the one cup, and also a bandaged leg. So someone might have hurt their leg or had surgery or something and it was bandaged. I think it was the left leg, actually. Okay, so that was the sand art for today. And then for the read, The Crown and the details were coming up from my movies that I watched yesterday. The Crown and the details, the story, right? So like I said, today is December 19th, 2018. 19 is all about the sun, the compassion on the inside, the masculine leadership, focus on the outside. And the day adds up to 42, which is the Two of Cups. 42-6. It's very much of the motherly energy, the 2 of the feminine energy on the inside, very balanced and mediated, good mediator, and on the outside being very responsible to others. Someone that you can count on. A mom, 42, but that's the 2 of Cups. The 2 people who see eye to eye, the soulmates, the connection. Okay, and there's very much that connection between the mother and child, right? Which has come up. So before I start the read, I was getting instead of all about the butt, or all about the butt is the song, I was getting all about the 2, about the 2, about the 2, okay? The 2 of Cups, because not only was it the day today, 42-6, but the Two of Cups is in the center of the read today. Also, Don't Be a Blockhead, Charlie Brown was coming up again amidst Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay? So that was so cool how that came up. Don't Be a Blockhead, Charlie Brown amidst Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay? All about the two, about the two, about the two. Okay, so the read was done at 8:44 to 45. That's when it was completed. The major arcana were the Star, the Hanging Man, which is the Hangman in the Syrian Starseed, Starseed, which is the Fool, Higher Self, which is the High Priestess, and then the after the read card was Alchemy, which is the Temperance card. There were 4 cups, 2 wands, and 1 pentacle. No swords for the Divine Feminine today. But again, there's a lot of stuff about masculine today. But definitely heavily weighted for the feminine in cups and emotions, but no swords. So just very loving energy. 2 wands and a pentacle. So really about just loving action and physical action, but mostly just loving, you know, kids around for the holidays. And again, the only court card that came up, and this is the 3rd major read in a row that I've done where it's just the Page of Cups, which is all about innocent love and new love, right? But immature love, right? It's the beginnings of love. And also children and the baby. And about messages of love and friends, okay? Don't forget, it's all about friendship as well. So the numbers that came up for this read in the codes were 782, that number, as well as 7, 8, 2, and 17. 10, 10 came up again. Number 80 and 421. So again, I was getting 1, 2, buckle my shoe, and then 7, 8, lay them straight, which is all about alignment. All right. So get your shoes on, get ready, and get aligned. Okay. 10, 10. So the energies were all about, no numerology cards came up with the coding today. It was just about the family, you know, that ultimate family, the legacy, right? But also 2 hanging men coming up here, whether they're saints or from the street, or with a seal or a trade, you know, or family crest. Right? Because depending on what culture you're from, they could be different things. Also, the Divine Feminine within the Divine Masculine, their energy together, very strong. 2 wise saints were coming up. And that it helps the Divine Masculine see the Divine Feminine. The Pot of Gold, the High Priestess, the Higher Self, the wise saint, see your Divine Feminine. Okay? So it's the energies are merging. So I just put there's something I put online, not the whole code. No, actually I did put the code in. But what came up, just really simply and quickly, was the Hangman came up, and that was from enwikipedia.org. That just the Hangman was more about self-sacrifice for knowledge than actual punishment. But that was the position that they used for traders in Italy. And that started, I think, it was dated 1393. Okay, and also it's considered the Hangman as Judas with the bags of silver, you know, because they hold their hands behind their back. Okay, and also just being suspended, like half here on earth and half there, you know, like the angels. It's about wisdom and the wise one. So also the 7 wonders of the world, of the ancient world, the 7 wonders of the ancient world. And ancient was not a word in the code, okay? And either wonders wasn't there either. But the 7 wonders of the ancient world came up 7 times, 7 headings, all right? Which are the Great Pyramid of Giza, which apparently is the only one left. Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Statue of Zeus at Olympia. Forgive me if I don't say things right. Greece Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. I forget. There's also the mausoleum at Halicarnassus and Colossus of Rhodes. Lighthouse of Alexandria, Egypt. Okay, so also the other two things really quickly that came up were the birds, 8 Miles High, from September 23rd, 1970. And that was from YouTube, the Allman Brothers Band. And then the last one, which cracked me up because I had to open it, the funny hanging scene from The Ridiculous Six, which was in 2015. And I just started cracking up watching that video. And I just wrote down that a fool can't be hung. So in that movie, if you haven't seen it, it's a spoof. And they went to hang the fool. And he has a really strong neck, so they couldn't hang him, and so he was swinging back and forth, having fun. It was really funny. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, it's good for a good laugh. So we get right into the read. The underlying energy was that Page of Cups, who I like said was the only court card that came up in the last 3 major reads. Whether it was the feminine or masculine, it didn't matter. It's all about the Page of Cups. Children energized. Without physical activity or expression of feelings must go within or walk away. A child's love and affection is contagious without even expressing feelings because there's full exposure of the heart. The full exposure of the heart of lovers without physical expression feels like being left behind for no reason or a need to go within or work on oneself. Lovers being in love without a way to express it physically or energetically is like a child on crack needing to sit in the corner. Okay, so this was the message coming through. What you've experienced is what's being compared to. Okay, so two people in love and not allowed to show it is like a child on crack needing to sit in the corner. The King of Swords, his happy family, is bleeding out as the King of Wands watches over twins or twin children or children with the world, the children with the world in their hands, okay? Or maybe someone's, a father could be looking over their children thinking about, they don't know how good they have it, they have the world in their hands, how you think that? But I was also getting this as the twins, all right? The King of Wands, and this could definitely be Metatron hanging over as well. The King of Wands, but on an upstairs porch or balcony, watches the son, or maybe it's their nephew, but someone, they're in the same house. They're watching the twin, the divine masculine, on the front porch, looking at the world and deciding his fate, choosing his path. And then I was getting as the choices X or the twin in the world. So this is what he's looking at. All right, so then Bavaria, Austria, and Germany came up here. And I was referencing right away, I got the picture of, remember the clog dancers in European Vacation? That's what I was getting, because I was seeing the corseting or the shoestring ties in the front of their outfits, and that's the immediate picture I got was those dancers on stage. But German dancers, I was getting tiny lizards, and then tiny dancer was coming up, but also money clips or shoe clips, which may be referencing clogs because they were cloggers. Also, but definitely getting the DNA, the legacy, the German heritage, Austrian, Bavarian. The gem colors of sapphire, emerald, ruby, and gold were coming up again, and velvet. And I'm getting purple with the velvet, just saying velvet. The DNA strands, the family crests, seals, the German, Austrian, Bavarian ancestry, the family crest, the family seals, the family jewels, versus the rainbow bridge, the yellow brick road, stairway to heaven for the simple man. And then I was getting Please Tell Me Who I Am from the Simple Man song. Please tell me who I am. Okay. The traditional dancer, the whistleblower, strict and starch. All right, you're feeling this, the German energy, the traditions of Germany. The Queen of Swords with a quick tongue keeps their children and family in line. A burden, a fate worse than death for the emperor reversed, out of his mind trying to decide his path. Which was so funny because we grew up next to very German neighbors who my sister, we were great friends with. Our kids were always playing with their kids. Our backyards actually were kind of side by side. And it was so funny because Mukti used to, run around chasing her son in the yard all the time, who was such an imp. And he would agree. But it's just really funny taking me back to those memories, thinking about the German mother. And she was a very loving person, but, she definitely had a strong hand. And, she was chasing him around in the yard. But then again, my mom was chasing my brother with the broom, so. But anyway, that was coming up. For the Divine Masculine, letting go of control issues. And underneath that was reconciliation. So after reconciliation, learning to let go of control issues. And then Fraulein was coming up, and the Aryan race. Okay, so then we get into Hitler. The Indo-Euro noble subgroup, okay, the Aryan race of Caucasians. And, the blonde, blue-eyed race. Getting wish of the masculine, getting the wish of a lover, or the feminine getting their wish of a lover with two partners, who is now leaving one to sweep you off your feet and ride off into the sunset to a picnic by the lake with fruit and ankle bracelets left behind. And then I was getting belly dancer bracelets, like maybe, that could be for the feminine, the fruit and ankle bracelets, but it also could be it could be the karmic who used to wear ankle bracelets, or maybe someone was a belly dancer. Finding the masculine finding a peaceful place to be, or both of them if they're picnicking. Your wish may not be the royal Aryan race or status for the masculine that you had planned, although it is passion, fruit, and peace. So like in lieu of that, it is passion, fruit, and peace. And new beginnings were coming up here. And the card beneath new beginnings was rebirth. So very strong new beginnings coming here for the underlying energy for the feminine. So stubborn or lazy or out of work, at a standstill. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, which can be the feminine or the masculine, but this is just about being at a standstill, sees a bridge to the clouds in his or her higher vibrational option, a way out, escape from the devil, restitution to make it into the pearly gates. So someone, whether it's the masculine or the feminine, who's got a lot of masculine energy, is seeing a way out. And those who are very religious are seeing a way to get out of the wrong or the dark energy they've expressed before, like so they can still get into heaven. But I was seeing this as them seeing a way to make restitution. But I don't know if this is like a truly noble way of getting out of the situation. Tired of juggling for the devil, he sees a higher timeline in quitting his work with the devil. Or it could be a Capricorn, it doesn't have to be a devil. The Capricorn with horns and rubies or rubles. Okay, so it could be a Capricorn maybe with Indian ancestry or horns. It could be Italian horns, or someone with rubies, okay, or likes red. But also here, he sees a higher timeline in quitting his work with the devil, or a Capricorn with horns and rubies or rubles, and a 5-pointed star, or a 5-star or all-star moneymaker. All right, so it's hard for the masculine to let go of this connection to this moneymaker, to go out on his own. Okay, he may be seen as being a fool for doing this. Someone may have quit without notice and just decide to just drop it all, or maybe someone's assuming they're going to fall on that he's going to fall on his face, or that he has fallen on his face due to lack of faith. The Emperor is out of control, but maybe in a good way. A fool in love chooses a path of new beginnings and peace. Recently, that was all underlying energy. Recently, in getting clear about depression, about dreams, healing, finding your light, and things not working out as planned, and this could be for the masculine or the feminine. The foundation is all about seeing the light, no matter how small it is at the moment, staying focused on it, one flame or torch lit, with spares nearby for assistance. All right, so your flame is lit, and you have flame friends nearby in case you need help to relight your flame. The Queen of Cups heals and forgives. The Queen of Wands reversed Could be a controlling mother, friend, sister, karmic, or your twin. Centrally, the Page of Wands is excited or inspired to dump a partner and celebrate. Okay? Or it could be someone who wants a good cry and then celebrate, or maybe a happy cry and celebrate. But definitely was coming up that someone is excited to dump someone and celebrate. So maybe they've been trying to end a relationship, but they've been manipulated, or whatever the case. The King of Pentacles, chasing a new love at the full moon. The Lobster ignores the usual crowd and hones in on his pearl. The challenge for the Divine Feminine is the Hanging Man, who may still have a right knee block or a little bit of anger issues. Being a patient angel of the full moon, with the harsh truth coming at him or her, but him as the King of Pentacles and King of Cups were coming up around this energy. So more about him. So being a patient angel of the full moon with the harsh truth coming at him, and this could be the masculine or the karmic masculine. Okay. The King of Cups is coming up here, feeling sadness about an independent woman or girl, could be a daughter, drinking and driving. Okay, so it was coming up as a girl, or it could be a spoiled partner, or just about someone else, not him, drinking and driving, but maybe that he ended up being judged sweetly. It wasn't a bad judgment, but there's some kind of sweet judgment for the masculine of him, possibly him taking the rap for someone else getting caught, drinking and driving, whether he switched seats in the car or just took the rap when they got home. But there's something about that, okay? Or coming up as sad that a child, or possibly a woman child, so someone who's a woman who acts immaturely, could be a partner, friend, relative, partner, whatever it is, may have vandalized a car or a house of the Divine Feminine. And it's possible that the Divine Feminine may have brought it up to her Divine Masculine in a sweet way and put it out there. But here was being shown that arrogance came up, refusing the possibility of such a thing. After all, kids are just kids, or maybe this immature woman is just an immature woman, not taking into account on the Divine Feminine side the fear of the children who sleep on the first floor of the house that was vandalized, okay? So it's just bringing up the situation of, you have to see both sides of this situation to understand the truth, okay? Because now a child whose house was vandalized is now going to worry, especially if it's a one-floor house, that someone may break in and hurt them at night, right? So now there's a new love, injured and left behind, stuck in emotions of foolish behavior. The King of Cups reversed. The King of Cups reversed, emotionally detached, or maybe manipulating justice or the justice system by holding back passions or foolishly having one-night stands. After the fighting or conflict is over, they could still be holding back the truth. Okay, whether this is the karmic or the Divine Masculine, you have to fit it to your situation. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's not your story. Okay. He's either holding back the truth still, even though the conflict's over, or he could just be lying through his teeth. Holding back the truth isn't necessarily construed as lying by some, but if you're holding back the truth, you're not telling the truth, which is a lie. So the High Priestess rises above at the full moon with the keys to the love bubble. Oh, that's so funny. I was just getting the love bug, the car. I'm dating myself now, but it was a Volkswagen Bug. There was a movie about that. I'm sure you guys know that. But I was just getting that. The High Priestess rises above at the full moon with the keys to the love bubble. The love bug. Well, maybe someone calls someone their love bug, or maybe someone loves their car like that, has a love bug. Or emotionally detached King of Pentacles is unable to sleep at the full moon, rising above a secret Queen of Pentacles, hurt by her own reflection in the Divine Masculine, and a Sagittarius may be drinking with their daughter and judging the divine masculine for taking her driving. And I was getting this energy where, you know, it wasn't fit, like, why is it okay for you to do this and not okay for me to do that, okay? So it was like that tit for tat energy. But also the Hermit then shedding light on ascension, a car, a white or black car, and that could be coming up as far as any vandalism that was coming in here. A white or black car, judgment, or just putting it out there, putting out this information and being judged for it. Soon for the divine feminine, a big bomb drops in a fresh new start, a leap of faith, to make a bold move of home, or possibly cancel a party or event in order to end a battle, a big battle. The divine feminine is the fire walker. This is what she's seeing herself as, rising to tango, choosing the path of charity, of teaching and learning, of equitable distribution, of destiny. Past life relationships and healing family issues comes up for the feminine. So this is very much about parents and their children, whether it's your children or your parents. Healing these past life relationships, because a lot of our family are soulmates, right? It's a confirmation, my phone ringing. Parents and children also getting schooled by each other. Around the divine feminine, or seen as Batman walks away from 28, which is the twins. Choice, they may be walking away to go within more, you know, work on themselves some more. Walking away from 28, which could be a home, from their twin, choice of path to go within, even though there's complete satisfaction and complete happiness at this 28 or twin address. Okay, I was just giving that energy, which was in the cards, 2 cups and the infinity, which is 2-8, which is 2 of cups, right, is soulmates, and the infinity symbol is staying at 0 point and being balanced. There is a lack attached still to the King of Wands in needing to tie up loose ends to become complete and whole without a mother or partner weighing him down. So it's definitely getting the Empress in lack, so reversed. The divine feminine needs to clear blocks of family or family legacy, divorce, spirituality, avoidance, resistance, aftermath cleanup, stubbornness, lazy, not working, being still, and feeling attacked or defenseless, which is victim mentality, versus no longer caring what others say or do if the energy is aggressive or doesn't resonate with you. To allow the universe to heal injustice. Don't try to do it yourself. Allow the universe to heal injustice, DNA, and family lineage. Okay? So it's all about working on these wounds, because all of these things are judgments, and we're not supposed to be judging either way. We're staying neutral, okay? Because we know that there's always a light and a shadow side, and that's part of both. You can't, right? You can't see the light without the dark, and vice versa. So it's not about judging. It's not about judging even yourself about being lazy. Because on the spiritual path, you may be seen as being lazy because you're being still, even though you and I both know how much work it is to do the energetic work, to do the meditations, to do the healing. You know, it's very, you know, when I do these videos, after a couple hours of doing this energy work, I'm exhausted. So people may see you, though, as being lazy. It's just a judgment. Like I always say, me calling you beautiful is still a judgment. So don't worry about the judgment about one way or the other. It just is what it is. Work on healing these aspects of your wounds. Then the Devil and Mrs. Jones comes up. But look at both, because there's a couple different Devil and Mrs. Jones, okay? There's one from the 40s and the one from the 70s. The older one was about someone and the union. So the owner of a business, and there was some inside information about a strike going to happen from the union. So the owner goes undercover to find out what's going on, and he ends up befriending someone and her boyfriend who's no longer working there, and he's part of the union. And he's going undercover, right, lying and being secretive, but ends up, in a relationship, of course, with her. And then the other Devil and Mrs. Jones, where a woman, commits suicide and then has to make a deal with the devil. So you can, look it up, see how it might relate to your situation. But there's a destined connection, or Capricorn and Taurus, that is now done or complete. So it's not about your past relationships were wrong. They were contracts that you had. You needed to go through that to experience something, to learn something, to learn about your twin more, okay? Because all your relationships were teaching you about your twin. So this destined connection, or Capricorn and Taurus connection, is now done or complete. Their contract is complete. That was a very specific message. The narcissistic Hierophant had a staged life. And this was at 11/11, all right, that this contract is now complete. And then, very significantly, synchronicities were coming up as the energy for the Divine Feminine. Major synchronicities, okay? Follow your guidance. So, also this connection that's ending the contract has to do with religious connection involving money. There's definitely like a woman of power and money, or a dark mother energy. There's definitely a connection between them and some kind of religion and money. So whether they pay the church a lot of money, or there's a friend who there's like some under the hand payments going on, that was definitely coming up as, a narcissistic relationship. Neither an angel. I was definitely getting dark mother energies here. But then higher self of the Divine Feminine, higher self or the Divine Feminine, when disconnected or secret love is not alchemized, she becomes ungrounded and needs to find satisfaction again by breaking through her crown through friendship and offering something healthy and simple. After avoiding the truth that you are whole, you are complete, and you're destined to have to deal with the Dark Mother. The Knight of Pentacles offers a healthy alternative to avoidance of the truth, getting to the point, letting go and patching things up, allowing all swords to fall out of your back, alchemizing, being patient and balanced. And then apricot kernels, peach pits, and beach pits were coming up. At the full Cancer moon and the sun on the horizon, someone takes off from work, someone ghosts an employer, or steals from their employer in order to make up to someone else. Worried about savings and that what he has isn't enough, the King of Swords reversed is in his negative self, or he's not being in his truth. But so there may be some negative self-talk within the masculine, but he does come out with a positive news or message. His inner child takes over. So the Page of Cups lover follows the light, and when I went to write this, I was getting the Page of Cups lover follows the old light out. Okay, so that might mean something to someone. But I was writing that they follow the light out of the dungeon, or maybe the old type of light, okay, to rise above the drama and tango as the Divine Masculine goes back within or away to heal, to open his heart and shine his light with soulmate connection. And then my squirrel was coming up to my door out front. Doing shadow work for anger issues, grounding, meditation, and maybe inverting for back issues, and seeing other perspectives for a fresh new start with family, or dropping a bomb with family about their new love. High Priestess, Higher Self, Secret Angel, Alchemy. Okay, so that was the read, and I'll do some oracle cards real quick. We have the Ascension deck. Take a deep breath, guys. Okay, take a deep breath. It's a little strong again today, the energies, okay? I do have some sun here. All right, so for this December 19, 2018, what is the advice for everyone watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned? Came right out. Again, very interesting. Nature is the bottom of the deck, number 3, which is the Empress and Mother Nature. So again, the dark and the light of it. Dark Mother and Mother Nature. Number 3, the affirmation is, I thank, bless, and love the entire nature kingdom. Say, do what's natural. First thing that you do that's natural is breathe. Okay, so air comes up, number 12, which is about the hangman and the wisdom, which all came up today. It's another 3. And air, breathe. The element of air supports truly magical cosmic qualities. Sylphs are air elementals working for the elemental master Dom and supervised by the unicorns. You're guided to ask the unicorns to direct Dom and his sylphs to spread the qualities of air, enlightenment, ascension, enthusiasm, freedom, and divine vision into the minds of those who need them. Also ask them to purify the currents of air and blow them to polluted areas so that they may be cleansed. Help the fairies work with flowers by acknowledging and appreciating them. And the affirmation is, I invoke air to carry angels singing around the world and bring hope and peace. Ascended Master retreats also came up, number 49. Okay, and 49 also came up. It's the 9 of Cups. It's a 4. And the time, I'm just thinking of something. Yeah, so 49 is a 4, so it's about that stability building, the early stages of manifestation, how to survive on this earth. It's the 9 of compassion on the inside, the 4 of stability and dependability on the outside. To create that dependability, the great masters of earth, the masters, have had incarnations, mastered their lessons, and ascended. They are disciplined but compassionate, for they understand the challenges of being in a physical body. This is an invitation to visit in sleep or meditation those ascended masters from whom you wish to learn. In their retreats in the inner planes, they teach their skills and knowledge to students. You can absorb this in an etheric level and start to bring the wisdom into your life. If you feel a resonance with a particular ascended master, ask them to guide you. And the affirmation is, I walk with the ascended masters. I'm not going to read this last one, but a third card kind of came out. It's number 6, which is a love, family, and community. It is the mother, okay? And it's the Mahatma energy. Okay, and again, that's the Christ Buddha light, and Atlantis, the 12 rays. Okay, the golden white light. Okay, and the affirmation is, I invoke Mahatma energy to flow through me. All right, so for the past life deck, take another deep breath. So for this December 19, 2018, what is the advice for everyone watching for the best and highest good of all those concerned? What do we need to know? Okay, so the bottom of the deck is trust and faith. Okay, and the sun breaking through. The angel wings. And the cards that came out were finances. Okay, so a lot of people are focused on finances right now anyway because of the holidays and the end of the year and tax harvesting, all that kind of stuff, and Native American. So I was just getting get back to your roots, and then roots came up in the read as well today. Get back to your roots of simple life in nature. There's a lot of fun to be had in nature. And teepees and tents, right? Outside tents with blankets with your kids. Camping out in the backyard. Also, I'm getting sage. Make sure to use sage. And I'm getting space shuttles, right? So spaceships and the pyramids. And I'm getting, what's it called? It's slipping my tongue. The, you know, the paper, when you make birds out of paper, when you fold the paper. I'm just blanking out on the name. But anyway, that's coming up as well. It doesn't, you don't need a lot of money to have fun. Go back to nature, and then shaman energy is definitely coming up as well. And the 30 pieces of silver. And Judas came up as the hangman. So very much. And this tea, it looks like a, an upside down filter. Especially too, since the door is kind of like an upside down. I'm getting the hangman from this as well. Okay. That the Native American is the wise man, okay? The shaman, right? Okay, so all that energy is coming up. Ships was kind of coming out as well, so I just wanted to show you that. And for me, a lot of, whenever I see this card, the blinds opening comes up for this, right? Taking the blinds off, opening the blinds, letting the sun shine in, the light. It's very pure. Pure ships. Ships coming in of pure white light with a lot of connections. And I'm sailing away, because the divine, that came up for the Divine Masculine the other day. I told you that. I'm sailing away. Okay. Then for the journey of love, it's coming up 45. 45 is the Five of Cups, which is all about sadness and loss and grieving, but not letting go of something and seeing what you do have that's beautiful and loving. Okay. It's like the being in between, the in between the words. Let go of the pain. Okay? It's the in between, you know, it's only painful because it's change. Expansion, because it's the unknown. Allow it, and all will be well. Okay, so we have Journey of Love. Again, it's December. Take a deep breath. December 19, 2018. What do we need to know? What is the advice for everyone watching for the best and highest good of all is concerned? What do we need to know? What is the advice from the ancient wise, the ancient ones, the wise ones? What do we need to know? From the Ascended Masters, what do we need to know? Okay, that was very clear. You'll like that. And the bottom of the deck is Towering Magnificence, number 30, which is the Four of Wands, or the Union card, or the Home. Okay, Towering Magnificence. Number 30, and 3 again. Okay, so it's very much of joy and self-expression, being your authentic self, coming together with others for the holidays, and being joyful. It's also about siblings. And the card underneath this is the breaking. So there may be, you may need to break away from some siblings, since I just brought that up when I saw that. Towering magnificence, and allow the tower to happen. The magnificence of the tower, what it lets you do when it does it for you, allowing you to break apart so that you can rebuild. So I love that. I was just talking about that, and the card that came out very directly was the Ancient Ones. All right. So we were just asking, and this is number 52, which is the Queen of Swords. We were just asking the Ancient Ones, the Masters, to give us their advice. And they're telling you, you are the Ancient Ones, you are the Masters. Use your own guidance. 52 is the Queen of Swords. She has experienced it all, and this is why she is the Queen of Swords. But in mastering the swords, she then becomes the Pentacles, and becomes comfortable and whole again in her heart, connecting everything to the heart, being a master manifester. So the Ancient Ones are calling you to rely on your own powers. 52 is a 7, it's very spiritual. It's the 2 on the inside of the feminine energy, and the 5 of expansion on the outside. Being very exciting to talk to, knowing a lot about, a little about a lot of different things. Okay? Being very fun to talk to. He's the salesman, because he's knows a little about a lot of different things, so he's very attractive to talk to. You are the Ancient Ones. You have been everywhere at one point or another. You have a lot to tell, a lot to teach. The Queen of Swords. You have the light. And it was also, except in this card, it's saying, accept our gift of the light that's coming down, even though there may be discomfort involved with it. This is our gift to you. And I love this, because there's 4 Ancient Ones standing there, very tall, bringing their light to you, to your center, to your connection, right, to the solar plexus, to your sacral center as well. It's very green, very blue, and very white. Very, I'm getting, well, pure as the driven snow just came in, but also it is that the colors of the iciness of the winter. You know, the cold colors as opposed to the warm colors. But very beautiful in truth and healing. There's so much truth and health here. And purity. Purity of the Page of Cups, really. This is about the Page of Cups coming out from the Queen of Swords. I'm going to read that one. 3 other cards just wanted to drop out, so I'm going to show them to you, but I'm not going to read them. Because that other one it came out very specifically by itself. But 3 other cards came up, Riding the Wave, which is 60. I'm going to show you all together as well. Contemplation, 69. And then Ethereal Touch, which is 27. That's the Ace of Wands. Okay, that's that passion, new passion. 69 is the Ace of Pentacles. And then 60 is that 6 of Swords. So we have 2 aces and peace. New life, new passion, and peace. And look how, again, how similar these energies are. The contemplation is the space between the words. Look. Contemplation is the space between the words, but look at the other one. The one opening your heart. And then the other one, and then Ethereal Touch, opening your heart even more. She's like bent backwards completely to open up to the skies. You know, more, more, more. Let it all in. Alright, so we have the Ancient Ones, 52. And 52. It's the King and Queen of Swords, okay? It was all about the King of Swords in there. You know, he's the King of Pentacles at times too, but he was the King of Swords there. So 52 is the Queen of Swords, the Ancient Ones. Your spiritual growth is now acknowledged and witnessed by the Heavenly Ones that see beyond time and space into the reality of your soul. Do not lose heart if your spirituality is not fully acknowledged, understood, or appreciated by those around you in the physical world as yet. Though they may love you, it is most likely their vision is still bound by time and space, and they cannot see into the very real gains that you've made in the subtle worlds, where all true spiritual growth begins. So the Ancient Ones reach out to you and bring the message. We see you, beloved. We honor your growth. It is real, it is palpable, and soon it will manifest fully in the physical world with breathtaking beauty. We honor your light, and namaste. This oracle brings guidance that you have taken a leap in personal growth. If you're still testing it in the physical world, trying to translate your inner changes into outer experiences, take heed. It's only a matter of time before you see reflected back to you in your physical world what you have become within. And you will see it mirrored back to you in the eyes of those around you in sacred relationship too. And the poem reads, here's wishing you some sunshine the day after the rain. Here's a hug of understanding when life seems filled with pain. Here's knowing that emotion like wind blows many ways, and Spirit's connecting, and our course will seem more certain with the dawn of each new day. And that was perfect, because as most of you who have been on this journey for quite a while now can attest to, that is completely true. Especially how you're feeling today, okay? So everything's coming full circle. All right, because the Ancient Ones are returning. Very beautiful. I'm going to leave it on that. Have an amazing day, you guys. It's 5353. It's a catapult. Woo, that's going to be some energy coming in. Okay? 53 is the Knight of Swords. All right? So announcements, messages of truth, messenger of truth coming in. Okay? Stay in your knowing. Stay present and balanced. And rise and be loved. Drink your water. Bye, guys. Oh, I got to show you the picture real quick. All right, this is the read for today. Okay. Bye, guys. Take it easy.